For quite a while now, I had asked my husband if we could take the trip back to my hometown and see the home that I grew up in. It's the only home that I knew of before I was married. And today we went. It was a beautiful morning, and we set out to spend a couple hours shopping in my hometown. It was a fun day where I didn't have to worry about work at home, and I just took our time and got to see all the sights and the sounds of my home. All right, we stopped to get some gas. We are halfway there. Woohoo! I'm super duper excited. I'm sure there's some new subscribers that are watching, and I want to tell you just a little bit of my background. I was born and raised in a community area where it was mostly Mennonite. It's still mostly Mennonite, and my parents were of the Mennonite background. The only thing I've ever known was just the plain, simple life. My mom and dad sheltered me a lot from the real world, and I'm very thankful for that. I got married at age 17, and I've been married for 37 years now. But there's something about my childhood that I always want to go back to. One of the biggest places of memories of mine was only a few miles from my home, and that was a very plain bookstore. That's where I spent a few minutes, probably about 20 minutes there today, and then we did some shopping. It's been a couple years now since both my parents have been gone, and I'm not stuck in the past no longer, but I still ache to see my home, my childhood home, and every once in a while I just have to fulfill that need. I can look upon it now, not without a few tears, but more of happiness. And the memories come flooding back, just like it was yesterday. In fact, the older I get, the more memories I'm starting to have. And it's such a blessing. But this is their home. This was their home. And I wanted to show you this. So, after I got to see my parents' home again, I was able to go home. This footage here was filmed 3 years ago. This was not filmed recently. I don't show the home because other people live in it now, but I wanted to show you what it did look like, and it looks the same. Driving home past the farms, the Amish farms, the Mennonite farms, the fields, I was satisfied once again for a while and able to go back home. Such a beautiful day, and I had so much fun. I really want to thank a subscriber, Catherine, for giving me the opportunity to have such a fun day today. And we got to see all of the places of my home, and I really enjoyed it. So let me show you what I got at the old Mennonite bookstore. I go there about twice a year, and it just makes me feel close to my parents because it is where I grew up and where I was raised, and I'm among family, and it's just amazing. So I got this. This is a journal. It's just a regular journal. Now, all their publications are the Amish and the Mennonite, so you're going to see a lot of Mennonite themes and Amish. Because I grew up, it's Mennonite community, so not everyone is Mennonite, but it's huge amount of population is Mennonite. Not so much Amish. Mostly the Mennonites are from Ephrata, Pennsylvania, where I was born and raised, and that is my home. I got these 2 packs of stickers. Now they were almost $3 each. That wasn't very cheap, but I love journaling, and I'm going to show you. So I got a notebook, and this is going to be for some of my ideas for YouTube videos. I do lots and lots of writing. I write every day, to-do lists, and every day I write things that I want to do. I got myself a pen, and this is what I came for. Family Life, 25 cents each. So I got the years I had all of the years I read up until 2020. I couldn't find any 2020, but I got some 2022 and some 2023. And I think I have January of 2024. So here is a little story about this. When I was a little girl, we lived only 1 mile from this Mennonite bookstore. And I used to ride my bike, and I would meet my niece and we would ride together. So we would ride our bikes and we would meet halfway, and then we would go together and we would buy little trinkets, little pens and pencils and erasers. And then when I became a young married woman, I would go once a week to my mom and dad's, and I would stop in and get the family life. Back in those days, we didn't have TV, we had a radio, but my husband was really strict, and the reading material that I had, I didn't have a whole lot of reading material other than the library, our church library, and this was my favorite. So these are publications. They have a publication for children, and then they'll have one for teenagers, and then they have one for families. And I love family life. So it's stories about homemakers, stay-at-home moms, Mennonite Amish moms, and they are just really neat. You can buy them. They are from Canada. You have to pay cash, I think, or check. I'm not sure, but I can get it for 25 cents each, and that's what I like to go for. So I just had so much fun. I needed to get out. I needed to go back home. I needed to see my home again. I needed to see all the people and the sights and the sounds of my home. And I really want to thank all of you for your love and support through these last some videos that have been difficult to make for me. But you know, I'm glad it was out in the open. I'm glad it's done with, and now we can move on. But the most important thing I realized through all of it is I'm not alone. I've had so many contacts and so many people reach out to me from all walks of life that are on the internet and telling me their stories. And I realize that I am extremely blessed. And when you share your life with people in such a way, it is amazing how many people come and tell you their stories. And I realize we're not alone. My goodness, I am not alone. I had a really close friend who told me a situation that was just like mine, and I didn't even know it. And she just didn't tell anybody about it. And I think that it's sad because we live in a world where we're afraid to tell people really what happens in our lives because we're afraid of repercussions and things like that. But I think once we go out and spread our message to the world, then if we all stand together, I think it makes it a beautiful community. So everyone, thank you so much for watching the video of me going back home. And I really want to thank Catherine for providing me with the funds that I could go to the clay bookstore and buy myself some things that are going to last me all winter long. So I have enough of reading material, I have enough of journaling paper and my pen to keep me active for a very long time. Take care everyone, and we'll see you guys again tomorrow.